Hello, what's up, good people? Good to see you. Now, does YouTube pay? How much does it pay? When does it pay? Can I use it as a side hustle? How do I get started? You know what? Those are some of the questions that I'm going to tackle in this specific video, because I'm going to take you step by step and explain to you exactly how you can get started with YouTube and how much does it pay, because I'm going to borrow and I'm going to take real examples to explain to you, and I'm going to give you what we call a fair explanation that is real and legit and can be verified. All right? And because I don't want you to miss any of my future videos, because guess what? Good videos are actually coming. So this is what I want you to do. All right? So take 1 second, which is free and fast, just down below there. Click that button written subscribe. It is in black, and then on the left there is a button, a like button actually. So hit those two magical buttons, and guess what happens? Because I know you really want to watch this video, but you're asking yourself, just why are you telling me to subscribe? Guess what? The reason as to why you're gonna do that is because I'm gonna share with you all the tips on how you can be able to make money, because at the end of the day I know you're here for money, because and that's a cup of my coffee. All right, so anyway, if you do that, that's the importance. Now let's get into today's topic. All right, it's all about YouTube. How do I get monetized? How much do I earn, and when do I make money? First of all, to answer the very first question, does YouTube pay? Yes, it does. Does it pay well? Well, depends on how much is well according to you. So the question is, how do I get started, and how do I actually get to monetize my specific content, and then after that be able to use it as a side hustle? Because honestly speaking, yes, it can function as your side hustle. Sometimes you can even take it to your main hustle, and actually can go ahead and even resign your job and actually run YouTube as a full-time job, because I have a lot of guys who are actually doing exactly that. So how much does it pay? Well, that depends on your niche. All right, first of all, before I even go to the niche, I have to explain some things for you to understand how or what happens when it comes to YouTube and monetization. First of all, I know this information has been shared by millions of people. I'm not going to dwell into that. Of course, you know you have to have 1,000 subscribers, and you also know that you have to have 4,000 watch hours. When you have those two magical things, then you can be able to monetize it. All right, so it's as simple as that, and there is no shortcut of you getting 1,000 subscribers. You gotta put out good content out there, be consistent, because at the end of the day, that's what earns you subscribers and also give you 4,000 watch hours. And guess what? Getting subscribers is not even a hard thing. The hardest part when it comes to YouTube monetization is the 4,000 watch hours. That's a long time. All right, anyway, and it takes time. I'm not gonna lie to you about that. So anyway, now what happens when you achieve those two magical things, and then after that you can be able to monetize your content? That means that any money that you'll be getting from the YouTube, that is through the ads that you usually see there running on my videos. And by the way, when you see those ads, don't skip them. All right, so when you see those ads are running on my YouTube channel, that means I'm monetized, and that means that you can as well be able to do exactly that. So those are the ads that actually makes you money, and that is one of the ways that you can actually make money on the YouTube. I'm gonna dwell much on the ads. I'm not gonna talk about the affiliate marketing, branding, and what have you, because I know that one become a bit complicated. But actually, it's a one way of you can be able to make more money on the YouTube. All right. So after you get monetized, now how much you get depends actually with what you call the niche, what you talk about on the YouTube. All right. Those niche that tend to pay very well up there on the YouTube, it's about making money, about finance, personal finance, about making money online and what have you. Those are the niches that earn much. Then be followed by like vloggings and relationships, health, education, and what have you. So it depends on which niche you are. Then after that, because you get paid by CPM, cost per mil, meaning like how much you get paid per 1,000 views. All right, so it depends. Again, now here it depends with the country that you come from or where your content is being watched from. So if you make a content that is majorly watched by Kenyans, and another person makes content that is majorly watched by like the Western countries like America, UK, Canada, what have you, so that guy makes a lot of money. But there is a catch. If you get a lot of watch views from those countries, of course, especially from America, you get to be cut what we call the tax, because they introduced that issues about tax whereby they cut you to close to 30% of whatever you've earned, because I don't know why they just introduced that thing. It's like 2 years or 1.5 years ago. That's the time they introduced that specific thing. But anyway, after all, it's not bad anyway. So anyway, the point is this. Now, it depends on where your watches or where your views comes from. All right, so you find like countries in Africa, when you happen to be watched by people who hails from Africa, then you don't get a lot of money. But again, another thing that makes or determines how much you get to be paid, also it's the language that you use when you're uploading videos. Say like you're posting videos out there and you're talking in Swahili, and you find like Swahili just concentrated in majorly, like let's say East Africa. Although there are some countries in that's like Southern Africa, like Oman and what have you, that speak English or rather Swahili, but majorly if you make a content that speaks in Swahili, you limit yourself to that locality. If you seek your if you speak your vernacular language, that means that you confine yourself to that specific that specific niche, or rather that specific audience. But if you speak in English, then anybody out there can actually go ahead and watch your videos, and you can make something out of them. So the point here of the tricks here is to make sure that you use what we call an international language that you can be heard by or understood by a lot of people out there, because now what we call you don't segment your market out there so that you get a lot of you, bring them on board, because at the end of the day is for you to get a lot of views on your videos so that you be able to make a maximum amount of money. So the CPM in Kenya, if you largely get watched by people who are hailed from Kenya or Africa or what have you, CPM in most cases ranges from $1.94 per thousand views or to around 3.77.6, around that, in a margin of 1.97 to 3.98, around there. That's where you find majorly people are paid in terms of cost per mil. That is 1,000 views what they pay in that amount. So anyway, but if you hail from other countries, you find like you can even get a cost per mil or even 14, 15, 16, sometimes even 40, 50. So it depends. But again, you can still be in Kenya, by the way, and you're making a content about finance like what I make in all my videos, and then you find that you have a very big CPM, and then at that particular moment, then you can be able to stand well and make a good amount of money. So some of the niches that usually make a lot of money when it comes to YouTube is about vlogging, it's about relationships, it's about health, it's about education, it's about finance and what have you. Something that actually educate people, they get value out of art. And like when you're making content made about kids, because you know what, kids don't have credit cards, so you have to make content that you're targeting people who are either doing something or people who have money. Also those people who make content about real estate and what have you and investments, you be able to get a lot of money out of that. And by the way, guess what, you can have somebody who has like very few number of subscribers, like 10,000 or maybe 20,000, and that person maybe concentrate on finance and real estate and what have you, and somebody else has like 80,000 or 100,000 subscribers and big views or many views, and then at that particular point you find somebody with 20,000 is actually making more money compared to somebody who has over 100,000 subscribers. It all depends with the niche or where you actually putting your things out there. The other thing that actually doesn't like make a lot of money on YouTube is like the music, all right? But I stand corrected, you can check that one out. But last time I checked, yeah, music usually don't make a lot of money because the video is very short and like 3 or 4 minutes, and then once you have a very short video, you cannot be able to place ads along that specific video, because when you have at least 8 minutes and above video, then it means you can be able to put ads in different sections like pre-roll, mid-roll, after whatever, you can add an unskippables and auctions, whatever, or displays. You can be able to actually put all those videos out there. So the point here is to make sure people are retained for a long time on your channel, and make sure that you put out there a video that is quite long, so that at least you can be able to put long or multiple ads along your videos. All right, so those are the tips that you can actually go ahead and be able to make money. So I know you are like, okay, fine, you haven't given us like a specific amount of money, like how much in specific can I make? Well, just like I said, it's a bit tricky. I cannot be able to tell you exactly how you can be able to make, but the point is this: if you can stick around, put that good content out there, then rest assured you can be able to make money. First of all, if you're getting started, then concentrate on getting the 4,000 watch hours and the 1,000 subscribers. Then from there, don't get relaxed, thou push content out there if it is possible. Then if you're available, then put content each and every day, and that way, that is the only way that you tend to grow and achieve that dream that you have as far as the content creation is concerned. And guess what, this is the disclaimer I'm gonna give you out there. It is not as simple as you may think it is, because you need to be dedicated. You need to put content out there, and don't complicate issues. It's not a must that you have yourself a very big and nice camera for you to get started. You can just use that phone out there. The phone might not have that good camera quality, but you can have what we call the better audible. Somebody can withstand bad bad what we call bad camera quality, but the person cannot be able to withstand what we call bad audible or voice or whatever. So you have to be audible so that at least you be heard whatever you're saying. And those are the tricks that you can actually go ahead and use when you want to start a YouTube channel, and you can be able to make money, because a lot of people have actually made a lot of money in this country just using YouTube. So it's a niche that, or rather it's a place that you can actually pick it up as an example of where you can be able to make money online. All right, so anyway, that's my view on this specific video. I don't want to talk much, but that's the end. But if you've managed to reach this video up to this particular point, I just want to say thank you. Make sure you give video a thumbs up, and as well make sure that you subscribe down there. And by the way, don't forget to grab any of my booklets about investments, money market fund, shares, and what have you, all those things, so that you get started, because at the end of the day we say knowledge is power. So for now, it's a goodbye. Oh, and by the way, my number is on the description of this specific video. So see you there.